Hello everyone, I'm the Whiskey Enthusiast. Welcome back to my channel. Today we have a bit of a different setup and it's gonna be like this from now on. We did some changes at the house, so this is gonna be it, but I think it's good. I can put more bottles here and my laptop I could see, so I'll get used to it, but yeah. Anyway, I wanted to start off this new setup, let's say, with the Tullibardine range. Now, if you wanted to see a range of cask finishes and the base whiskey, I think this is a good one. On par with Glen Moray and Tamnavulin, Tullibardine does this at an affordable price. It's not a well-known whiskey brand, and I've not seen much. I've seen some. So, they're cheap in my market. I figure they're cheap at yours as well. I just wanted to share my opinions. We have the bourbon, all first fill bourbon, and then we'll have finishes, but this is just first fill bourbon. This is bourbon on top of finishing a Sauternes cask. First fill bourbon with Burgundy red wine, and first fill bourbon with sherry. The numbers are the liters. So I'll take the bottles out as well, but they're the liters of the casks. The same thing writes in the back, and then it just adds a little excerpt. So the bourbon one is history of Tullibardine for distilling and brewing, is one of the oldest in Scotland. Located in Blackford, the gateway to Highlands. It was there in 1488 that young King James IV of Scotland stopped by on his return from his coronation to purchase beer from local brewery. This is recorded as the first public purchase of beer. In 1947, the brewery was converted into a distillery. So 1947 is quite young. We have plentiful supply of fresh spring water from the surrounding Oakhill Hills, which are also well known for the gold that was mined from them. Is there arsenic in these? The water which reaches the distillery has taken 15 years to reach the Danny Burn, which runs alongside the distillery. Tullibardine is a traditional working distillery. As one of the few remaining family-owned distilleries, our small team of artisan distillers take enormous pride in handcrafting our single malt whiskey. This is the first fill bourbon one. Then the Sauternes says, barrels or barriques, as they're called in Bordeaux, vary in volume from one region to another because of tradition and local history winemaking. In Bordeaux, a barrique holds 225 liters. After a long maturation ex-bourbon cask, the Tullibardine 2025 Sauternes cask was recast into Sauternes. And then the same in Burgundy. Burgundy is barrels from the world famous Château de Chasson Montarchet, sorry. I don't know French. Yeah. And then the sherry was, do they give anything? No, 500 liter sherry butt for a further period of maturation. A little research tells that they're about 5 to 6 years old, and the maturation, the finish is about a year. So 5 to 6 years. This is probably 5, and these are probably 6, or 6 and 7, something like that. But let's take them out and then get rid of these boxes. I like the boxes. They're cool. And yeah, I drove past Tullibardine when I was heading towards north from Edinburgh. It's very unassuming. It's right next to the highway. So, but hope to visit one day. I'll fast forward this bit. All right. So I'm going to start off with the ex-bourbon and then move my way towards what I think is the right way to do so, in the sense of lightness to the more robust flavor. And then I'll give you my thoughts and opinions regarding, are any of these worth purchasing? None of them? All of them? Are they good representations of what casks they're supposed to be? And shall we give Tullibardine a chance in our bars? Like I said, they're affordable. I recently had one of their Chateauneuf du Pape finishes, and it was pretty cool. It was really nice, actually. The Moray range, and also the cask strength of the Moray range. Both of them very nice. Also, a little humorous t-shirt, some shameless marketing. You can purchase these from the Whiskey Enthusiast Etsy shop, the TWE Collective store, if you want to. It's just something fun for myself, but I put it there. If you want to purchase, of course you can, more than welcome to. Right, starting off with the first fill bourbon one, Tullibardine Sovereign. We have no information about chill filtering or coloring, but they're all 43% ABV. Some information says they are natural colors. Some of them says they are not. The website doesn't say anything. They certainly did a good job in their color scala, going darker. This is the bourbon. I really like that we can just first fill ex-bourbon cask of Tullibardine because we can see the character, which is very, very nice. Right, on the nose. Okay, very fresh. Apples, green apples, citric, lemon zest, orange rind, mandarin, a lot of orchard fruits, really nice. Okay. The classic notes of caramel, vanilla, oak are there, but not so much. It's just more fruity and orchardy. Quite fresh, quite bright. Doesn't smell that young, but doesn't smell mature either. Right, I'm gonna do tasting first. I had a bit of a thing. Right, okay, on the palate. Nothing to it. Really nice. Fresh whiskey. Now get a bit of an oak char. First fill bourbon barrels. That's good. Nice caramel note. Some roasted nuts. A little bit of a smoke from the oak char. Vanilla, citric notes continue. Cinnamon, hint of, very little. A little bit of black pepper. Get a hint of what's that? Devil's herb, cilantro. Yeah. I don't like fresh cilantro, but I really like it as dried or in seeds. This is cilantro seeds. So yeah, quite fresh, quite citric, quite zesty, and quite nice. Where's my water? I'll cleanse my palate. Okay, now let's move on to the Sauternes. Also, I like the colors, I like the designs. Just doesn't say anything. Sauternes is a sweet wine from the French region. It's not fortified wine. It's naturally sweet wine. Happens because of a noble rot that gets all the sugars into the grape. Okay, on the nose. All right, bit more peppery. Bit more spicy, a little bit of a bitter nose. More grappa-esque now. Interesting, I would call this younger than the bourbon. I do get the bourbon characters still. They're a bit muted under this bitter nose that feels a bit closed off. I don't get that bready, yeasty, sweet notes that I get from Sauternes casks to my knowledge. But hint of sweetness, some honey, and mostly orangey, bitter, bright. Okay, on the palate, interesting. The bitter notes continue on the palate, but now I get that yeasty, bready note I get with Sauternes casks. This is spicier. This is not as easy drinking as this, but the cask play comes more into effect on the palate, but mostly on the finish. It's nice, but I don't know. There's that bitterness that's blocking the sweetness. Honey's there, butter, toasted bread, ginger, but mostly orange rind and lemon skin just biting into it. There's an acidic bitterness here that I am, surprised to see with the Sauternes. Okay, we all opened this as a friend group, and this took the most damage. People like this one, but so far I have not. Right, we're going on to the Burgundy cask finish. This is nice maroon color, 228 liter cask. Just red Burgundy, basically, from the France. Okay, red wine cask, again, about a year's finishing. Now we're getting somewhere nice. Red berries, jammy, black pepper more now, but I get more cinnamon and nutmeg. Chocolate notes. Some nuts. Caramel notes are now upped. Dark berries like mulberries and mulberry jam. Nice sweetness, not too sweet. It's a dark, jammy sweetness. Tannic, very tannic. Feels dry. That it's going to be dry on the palate. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah. Nice palate, really nice palate, robust. Feels more than 43, feels older than 5 or 6 years old. You get good dark chocolate notes, caramel notes, nice roasted nuts, good oak spice. It's mouth coating, it's tannic, it is drying here, but mouth coating. I mean, they are chill filtered as far as I know, but it doesn't feel diluted. It's good. It is mouth coating. This one especially. This one, but nice. Oh, and finish is bitter chocolate. Just leaving it there. A little bit of a chili chocolate. So the nose is more jammy than chocolate. But the palate is really chocolatey and hints of roasted nuts. Bitter chocolate. I love bitter chocolate. I can't do sweet things. I love bitter chocolate. And coffee. Nice coffee notes on this one. Especially after dinners, I get a bit of a Turkish coffee and some bitter chocolate, like 87, 92% cacao. And that is it. The finish. That's it. I like it. Okay. Now we're heading to the, it's like a blue-green one, sherry cask, 500. Yeah. And it doesn't say where from, but also 43% ABV, sherry cask finish. Let's see. Bit sour. Molasses, definitely, but the first note was sour. So what is sour molasses? It's more on par with, not grape molasses, but more on par with, where's that? Carob. Carob molasses are really sweet, like really treacly. There's a hint of a sour note there. But it's not as dark, not as super sweet. Now it turns into a bit of a milk chocolate. A lot of caramel notes. But obviously with cherries, roasted nuts, and cinnamon note just umped. Spicy, sweet-ish, but dark. Nice cooking spices, Christmas spices. Yeah, it is Christmas cake. It's Christmas cake. Good raisins. All those sherry notes are here on the palate. It's a nice sherried whiskey, all right. Oh, it's a bit more spicy, especially on the back palate. But the palate is super consistent with the nose. Whatever I said is there. You get the nice cinnamon and roasted nuts, milk chocolate. On the back end, I think you could call it as like a cinnamon burn on the throat, maybe a little bit of a ginger, even chocolate burn on the throat. But yeah, on the palate and the finish, it's the most consistent of them all, the sherry one. Yeah. Okay, so did them all. To wrap up, I'm gonna nose them quickly and then give you my opinions. This one, the bourbon cask, does what it needs to. It's fresh, it's bright, it's nice, little caramel, little vanilla, not too much, mostly orchard fruits. Expect a fresh whiskey from this. If you want this, it's freshness that you get here. Not super sweet, not super dry, nice, fresh whiskey. The Sauternes, it keeps a bit of the freshness here, adds a little bit more sweetness, but it's covered with this bitter note that is affecting the nose and the palate at the same time. So it's a bit more muted fresh, let's say. So the lineup is good in that sense. Now moving to Burgundy. Now we're getting into the sweet category. It's quite jammy and red fruity. Now it's red apples. And now not orange rind, but actually biting into a nice juicy orange. It turned into that, and with some dark chocolate notes. And now moving on to the sherry. Yeah, you get darker notes now, interestingly, but it becomes milk chocolate and molasses, jammy, and roasted nuts a lot. So it does do what you're expecting it to do. And in that sense, they're very good. They're not amazing whiskeys, but I think they're worth your time and they're worth your price. This is going to be my verdict. I'm gonna rank them, But Tullibardine is not so much talked, and you know, maybe they should be. I can think of Glen Moray and Tamnavulin who do this. They give you the base spirit. Actually, Tamnavulin doesn't. This is good. Glen Moray gives you Elgin Classic, but it's not first fill ex-bourbon. In that sense, Tullibardine is the best one because that gives you a young first fill ex-bourbon whiskey, so you can get the distillery character a bit more, and then adds the finishes on top of that. I would skip this. I don't like the Sauternes, but people have, as you can see. I don't think it gives me the Sauternes notes that I expect. For Sauternes, I would go for Glen Moray. I mean, generally for cask finishes, I would go for Glen Moray. They have a lot of money. They'll get good casks, but for Sauternes, I would go. This is a all right example of a first fill bourbon. Don't expect something amazing, but it's good. It's good starter whiskey, definitely. Burgundy cask is really good. Burgundy red wine. You don't get much red wine casks in the beginning. Well, you do with Tamnavulin, but I think this beats Tamnavulin's red wine cask. And the sherry is actually really nice. We're talking about entry-level budget single malts, non-age stated. So to give them a 1-year finishing period, actually say that, it's pretty, I mean, it doesn't say that. This is gathered information online. It might not be, but it does feel active. It does feel nice. You do get the characters. This comparison made sense to me and to my palate. So in that sense, I think it's good. I would rank them Burgundy 1, Burgundy 1, Tullibardine, Sovereign 2, Sherry, and then Sauternes. But apart from the Sauternes, all these three are really nice. Sauternes I didn't get along with. That bitterness continues rather than that bready note that I love. I don't want to drag this out, but if you're just getting into whiskey, just getting into single malts, you might not have the budget, or you don't wanna. You might have the budget, but you're not, that interested to spend. You want to see what cask finishes are. Do you like red wine? Do you like white wine, sweet wine? Do you like sherry cask finishes? This is a viable and good option. I would highly recommend trying the series, Signature Series. Tullibardine, I think makes good whiskey. It's decent. It's decent for what it is and for the price. I think they're worth it. So that's my work. That's my verdict. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm just getting used to this new setup. Even my chair is different, but actually it's more comfortable. I'm not gonna lie. It looks worse. So it looks not as good, but it's much more comfortable. I can see if I have only one bottle, I can really lounge. So yes, guys, thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does mean a lot, and I shall see you guys on the next one. Cheers.